Almost the end of March, time for another month. There's a new app in the App Store, the Palace, Palace, Palace app. It has a database of libraries from all over the country or all over the world. And I'm just now checking it out. But what I've seen so far, they have ebooks and audiobooks. So far, it's free to use it. There's a book I read years ago that I'd like to read here again. It's called Black Like Me, and the author, John Howard Griffin. I think this would be a good book for some people who come on social media and they jump into the middle of a dialogue about reparations for African Americans, and they start to slur and demean and humiliate the people that are making comments in the platform. I think this would be a good starting point for some people to have some foundation and some history on other people's culture and in their backgrounds. It's an old book from the 1970s maybe, but this is what the description says. Writer John Howard Griffin, Griffin, John Howard Griffin decided to perform an experiment 50 years ago in order to learn firsthand how could one race could withstand the second class citizenship imposed on it by another. He dyed his white skin dark, left his family, and traveled to the South to live as a black man. What began as scientific research ended up changing his life in every way imaginable. This is an eyewitness account of discrimination and segregation that is terrifying and degrading, and its publication caused a furor. As narrated by Ray Childs, this first ever recording of Black Like Me will leave each listener deeply affected. John Howard Griffin's groundbreaking and controversial work helped bring the full effect of racism to the forefront of America's conscious, and it has lessons to be learned over half a century later. So it must have been issued in the 1970s, late 70s to the early 80s. But I do recall reading it, and I was shocked and horrified as a very young adult, maybe in my late teens or early 20s. So that would have been in the 60s and 70s, 1960s and 1970s. And welcome in, people, whoever's in the chat, welcome in. I was just talking about this Palace, Palace, Palace app. It has a collection of libraries from which you can choose a library from all over the country or from wherever the library is located. And for no charge, you can read either the ebook or hear the audio book, whichever is available. And the first one that jumped out to me was one that I had read many years ago called Black Like Me by John Howard Griffin. And I thought it might be good for me to review it and for other people who had never heard of it or wanted more information, wanted to understand more about our country, our world, and other people's cultures. It might be something of value. Um, I noticed there's a lot of different ah, hard to understand or hard to take events and images that are going on that even those of us who lived through segregation and survived it, we are still finding some of these recent events really disturbing and shocking. So, uh, it doesn't matter how strong we think we are, we will still be affected by all of it. And some of it in ways that we have no idea what the effect will be. We just assume been there, done that, and this is nothing really new to us, but the the impact and the effect that it has on us in our later years is something we haven't experienced before. So, okay, I hope you have a great weekend. And as for me, I feel like having done all I can do to stand, then I will just stand in faith and and just have that assurance that I will get through whatever comes my way. Okay, so I am so thankful and grateful to everyone who supports and listens to the podcast. Or this is not my podcast, this is my YouTube. Who listens either to the podcast or the YouTube. Um, I thank everybody and I appreciate all your comments, positive or negative. I thank you for your time and for all of your sacrifices. If the comment is hurtful to anyone, then it's not going to stay up after I read it. If it's going to add value to myself or someone else, then it will stay up. But don't be surprised that if the comment is left and the spirit is mean or spiteful or careless in any way, don't be surprised if it's taken down. If you leave a comment and you know that your intention is wrong, don't be surprised. It will be taken down. Okay? But I do thank you for your time either way. All right? Okay. So take care of yourself, and I'll keep everyone in prayer and see you in the next live. Okay? Bye bye. Be well. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy.